Browns wrap up day 3 of training camp here, the last day without fans. Fans will be here on Saturday. Mary Kay, let's start here though. It sounds like with Deshaun Watson, we will not be getting an update until next week.
Yeah, sometimes they do the Friday news dump, but we are not expecting that today. The latest that I've heard is that it really could come down as soon as Monday. So I'm expecting something to happen early next week, and this kind of goes along with the time frame that they've had set up for a little while, actually. So I think everyone can kind of just be on the lookout for that, and finally there will be some resolution on this thing.
Yeah, and Ashley, to this team's credit and to Kevin's credit, it hasn't seemed to be much of a distraction to this point.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's kind of towing the same line and saying they can control what they can control. It's a very Kevin Stefanski-like answer again that we got today. And yeah, well, like we talked about yesterday on the podcast, it just seems like this is not hanging over this team the way that other scandals, quote unquote, have over the years. So they're just kind of going through and just going about their business like they're expecting some kind of suspension is going to come in. They'll wait and see what it is.
Now, we heard from a couple players today, and JOK was one of them. Maybe one of the most fascinating players, not just off the field, but also for what he can do on the field. What stood out to you today from Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah?
It's just this holistic approach that he talks about that he's taking with the game. Of course, we know that he's an alkaline vegan. He's very into meditation. This offseason, he spent a lot of time in Africa. He's from Ghana, and he says it's really important for him to connect with that part of his heritage. And he really wants to be known there and introduce the game to kids out there, and who some may not really know him yet, but they walk away from these camps knowing exactly who he is and knowing the game of football a little bit better.
Yeah, Mary Kay, some guys are just all football all the time. JOK seems like a very well-rounded person. Pretty good player, too.
Yeah, in terms of the player, my goodness, even just watching him out in practice today, he's out there making plays, in 7-on-7s and just really out there, getting the job done, breaking up some passes. And they expect him to take it up to the next level this year. Joe Woods will put more on his plate. You'll see him blitz more, drop in coverage more, and he kidded around today that some of the good plays that he made were actually mistakes. So this year, I think they'll just be good plays.
And so we got to see some real football today, or real-ish football, probably the closest thing to a training camp practice that we're used to today with some 7-on-7, a little bit of 11-on-11, but a lot of that was kind of half speed. What stood out to you today, Mary Kay?
Well, what always stands out to me is watching Deshaun Watson practice and just how incredibly good he is. His footwork is phenomenal. Now, he goes down after practice and just works on footwork behind the goal line for the longest time. And I've never seen anybody do it to the extent that he does. And it shows up, it translates when he's out there dropping back and rolling out and doing all the things that he does. His skill set is so elite. His athleticism is incredible. He is just off the charts elite.
And you can tell when they're doing some of this half-speed stuff, the way he positions his body, he's really thinking through things and kind of, he actually is really practicing things even at half speed. And Ashley, good news today also, even though Deshaun Watson had a good day, Greg Newsome had a pretty good day, which he's an important piece in this secondary.
He is an important piece, and we've talked with Greg a lot so far this offseason about he's looking to maybe do some more things as well, like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is coming into his second year and playing in the slot more, and we've seen that. He broke up a couple of passes today from Deshaun Watson, so overall a really good day for him.
All right, full coverage of day 3 of Browns training camp here in Berea, all at cleveland.com/Browns.